Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to start it up with, it's a new way I'm trying this right now. It's got my dry mix going first. That consists of 4 cups of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of dry yeast. I got a tablespoon, oh I'm sorry, that's a teaspoon and a half of salt. And let's see, a cup of sugar I need, and a quarter cup of sugar. Old school, it's quarter cup. I want to get that nice and mixed up, and then I'm going to start putting my liquids in. Alright, let's see. 3 tablespoons of oil. Now I'm going to do my water first. We got 1.5 cups water going in to 4 cups of flour. There's a cup in first. This is all I might have to adjust. Teaspoon there, teaspoon there. Here's the 1/2 cup water, 1.5 cups water. Alright, well that's kind of mixing up. I'm going to get the 3 tablespoons of oil. Just pulling together like that is when I'm also going to want to put the lard in. 2. Alright, here goes the lard. Just going to kind of let that go. Medium blend. Alright, we're going to shut it down. It's looking a little wetter than I want, so I'm going to throw on a little more flour. Like I said, it's eyeball. Check it out, see what it looks like. Just make adjustments. Just going to throw a little bit. You know what? That's not too bad. Alright, I just threw a little bit more flour in there just to tighten it up a little bit. I want to mix for about 5 minutes or so. Want the dough to pull away from the sides, nice. Be a little sticky on the bottom, it's alright. Don't want it really too firm. We want to try to stay away from that. We want to keep it moist, but we don't want to have a sticky blob. That just makes it harder to work with. Alright, this old school KitchenAid. When all else fails, pull the plug. Alright, now, let's mix approximately, I know I haven't really mixed 5 minutes, but I mean, you get the gist of it. A little sticky, it's not bad. What we're going to do is just ball it up. And we'll show you what that looks like in the next part. Alright, at this point, I got my pan that's going to ultimately be the Sicilian pan. I haven't made it before in this pan, but you know, I have confidence in myself. Okay, right now I'm just kind of balling my dough up. Like I said, this is all kind of a new experiment. I've never made dough like that, like the dry mix before. Just want to kind of just make a ball, put it right in the middle. Got a little bit of some olive oil left over. Just want to put a little oil. Or you know what? I got a non-stick spray. I just want to put a little oil on top. So when I cover it with saran wrap, it's not going to stick to the dough. Basically, boom, it's in the pan. Cover the dough ball, a little bit of oil. Just get some saran wrap. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to let it sit for about an hour or so. And get nice and puffy, double in size. And we'll knock it down in. Alright, we'll need 2, I guess. But you get the gist of it. Cover it up, the oil's on it so it won't get crusty and so the saran wrap won't stick to it. So I want to kind of cover that up nice. Boom, now it's just going to sit there for, like I said, about an hour. So until then. Alright, as we can see here, we've doubled in size. Obviously it's bigger. It's almost an hour later. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is gonna peel the saran wrap off. I'm gonna hold on to it because I'm gonna need it. Alright, so basically, excuse me, I've already got this in the pan with shortening on the sides and stuff. So basically, I'm gonna be getting ready to push it down and coat it with the pizza sauce. I just put a little oil on my finger so the dough won't stick. So basically I'm just gonna kind of be a little gentle with it, you know. I don't want to like squish it out too bad. Pull it, push it gently. I'm not really trying to push it all the way down too bad. Just gonna kind of push it down into the pan, trying to keep it even all the way around. You might want to put up along the edge. You can do like a little crust. Try not to, if you like lift up the dough to stretch it, that's fine, but just try not to let it like crease into itself. Like it looked like it wanted to do a little over here. Alright, so basically I'm just kind of going along the whole length. And I'm not really laying into the dough that much. I'm just kind of pressing it down. Pressing it so it just evens it all around for the most part. Alright, I've got it all pushed down in the pan. And it's lightly oiled, but I'm going to coat it with a little bit of pizza sauce before I cover it back up. And it looks like it's pretty level. You know, hey, it's just a Sicilian pie anyway. That's pretty much what I want to get. Let me just throw a little on there. Boom, not too much. I didn't cut it with water. But I mean, this isn't going to be the final pie. I mean, right here I'm just making the shell. Now after you make the shell, you can you know, make the pizza, but I mean, this is just for whatever. I mean, if you have a couple pans, you're ambitious one weekend, or you can make you know, yourself a few sheets, Sicilian sheets. And then, you know, they keep nice in the refrigerator. You just put them in like a, we actually use, you know, a clean garbage bag. And they store nicely for, you know, a day or two, a couple days. Alright, boom, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to cover it back up. I'm going to let it rise again. And basically, I'm going to put it back in a, you know, a warm spot, not too hot, not in direct sunlight or anything like that. Just someplace warm, just until it's risen to how thick I want it. So I mean, that's your discretion. I'd give it anywhere from a half hour and up. Alright, thanks, we'll see you then. Alright, here we have, it's probably been about 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. Looks like I've got at least, it's doubled in size. I could probably go a little longer, but I mean, this is just you know, an instructional, so if you want to get it a little higher, just let it sit, let it rise for a little longer. But actually I'm going to let it sit for about 10 more minutes or so while I'm preheating the oven to 350. So once the oven comes up to temperature, I'll carefully lift the saran wrap off and bake this puppy, you know, until nice and golden brown. Alrighty, see you then. Alright, oven's come up to temp, it's 350. Carefully peel this back. I usually cook it with it on. You want to be careful because you don't want it to sink. Alright, well, I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes or so until it's done. Because I don't time food. I cook it till it's done. Goes into the smoky oven. See you later. Alright, let's see, here's our final shell. It's been in the oven cooking 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. It's just starting to get a nice little gold on the crust. I mean, that's good for me. You can go a little longer. At this point, you can boom, just let it cool. Once it's cool, wrap it up, put it in the fridge, or you know, for later on in that evening or for the next day. Or just sauce it again and you know, put your pizza sauce down. For a Sicilian, I like a little chunky tomato style, but I mean, your preference. Any kind of sauce, you lay your sauce down, toppings, cheese, however you do it. But this is my Sicilian shell made with, actually this was all-purpose flour, so I mean, but it's just for demonstration purposes. And it looks like it's about, we got about half of this pan thickness, so I mean, I'm good with it. I'll cook it up later and we'll show you how it comes out. But that's it, nothing to it, just takes a little time. Enjoy.